The cage rattled as the guards wheeled it into the lecture hall, its reinforced titanium bars casting sharp shadows across the terrified faces of the xenobiology students. Professor Marcus stood at the front, his weathered face betraying no emotion as he gestured toward the containment unit. "This," he announced, "is a Vexary. Category 5 Predator. Native to the Outer Rim colonies. 43 confirmed kills before capture." The creature inside was massive, easily 3 meters tall even in its crouched position. Its obsidian exoskeleton gleamed under the harsh laboratory lights, and multiple sets of razor-sharp appendages scraped against the floor with a sound like knives on glass. 6 luminescent eyes, arranged in 2 vertical rows, swept across the room with cold intelligence. Most of the students pressed themselves against their seats, some covering their mouths to stifle gasps. All except one. Elena Martinez sat in the third row, her dark eyes fixed not on the creature but on her data pad, fingers moving steadily across its surface. She had seen the procurement manifest 3 days ago. She knew what was coming. "Pay attention, Ms. Martinez," Professor Marcus called out, irritation creeping into his voice. "This demonstration is mandatory for your final evaluation." Elena looked up briefly, met his gaze with cool indifference, then returned to her notes. The Vexary had gone completely still. Its eyes, which moments before had been scanning the room with predatory focus, now fixed on a point exactly 45 degrees to Elena's right, the empty wall beside her. The creature's breathing, previously a low, threatening rumble, had quieted to almost nothing. Professor Marcus frowned. This wasn't the reaction he'd expected. The Vexary was supposed to fixate on the weakest-looking prey, create panic, demonstrate the hierarchy of fear that dominated interspecies relations. Instead, it seemed to be actively avoiding looking at one particular student. "Interesting," he muttered, pulling up the creature's behavioral profile on his neural implant. "The subject appears to be exhibiting avoidance behavior." One of the guards stepped forward, electromagnetic prod in hand. "Want me to agitate it, sir? Make it more reactive?" "No," Elena said quietly, not looking up from her pad. "Don't." Her voice carried an authority that made the guard hesitate. Professor Marcus's eyes narrowed. "Ms. Martinez, you don't give orders in my—" The Vexary released a sound, not a roar, but something closer to a whimper. Its massive body pressed against the far side of the cage, as far from Elena as the confined space would allow. Several students noticed now, whispers rippling through the room. Elena finally closed her data pad and stood. The creature's eyes tracked the movement but never quite landed on her, always sliding away at the last moment, as if pulled by some invisible force. "You wanted to demonstrate predator hierarchy, Professor," Elena said, walking slowly toward the cage. The guards tensed, but she raised a hand to stop them. "But you didn't check where this one was captured, did you?" Professor Marcus pulled up the file. His face went pale. "Kepler 442b. The mining incident. But that was 14 months ago," Elena finished. "When the Vexary pack attacked the settlement." She stopped 2 meters from the cage. The creature was now pressed so hard against the bars on the opposite side that its exoskeleton was beginning to crack under the pressure. "I was the settlement's xenobiologist. When the attack started, I was the one who figured out their weakness." She pulled back her sleeve, revealing a complex pattern of bioluminescent scars running up her forearm, the marks of Vexary venom, survived and adapted to. "They're not just predators, Professor. They're memory bearers. Every member of the pack shares experiences through pheromone encoding." Elena's voice was soft but carried through the silent room. "This one remembers me. It remembers what I did to protect my people." The creature's 6 eyes were now closed, its breathing rapid and shallow. "It remembers," Elena said, "that I'm the only human who ever made their species afraid." Professor Marcus stood frozen, his carefully planned demonstration in ruins. Elena returned to her seat, picked up her data pad, and resumed her notes as if nothing had happened. The vexary refused to open its eyes for the rest of the class.